They're not secure at all. At all. It's not just, NSA, CIA, FBI you have to worry about. It's the British, the French, the Germans, the Canadians, the Australians, the New Zealanders, the Russians, the Chinese, the Israelis, the Iranians. I mean, everybody has these capabilities.
Capabilities to do what?
To intercept communications. They can take control of your smart TV remotely, and they can make the speaker turn into a microphone. So even though the TV is off, it can still hear everything that's being said in the room and broadcast back to the CIA.
Can they do that with
genius
devices?
They could do that. When I first got hired, they were able to do that. They can take control, again remotely, of a car's computer system in order to, in order to kill you.
Crash the car.
Crash the car, take it off a bridge, take it into a tree.
Have you ever killed anybody?
No, thank God. My children asked me that. And I told them very proudly that I have never taken any action that resulted in the death of another human being.
There's one kind of half exception.
And I think about this all the time. In 1993, I guess it was, I was sitting in the morning meeting. I told you earlier that every unit meets every day at 9 o'clock, and you just talk about what happened in the country that you cover overnight. I was in the morning meeting, and the secretary came in, and she said, John, General Powell is on the phone for you. Call him Powell. And I said, General Powell? How does he know who I am? And she
said, I don't know, but he asked for you by name.
My boss is like, well, go answer the phone. So I went to my desk, and I said, good morning, General Powell. This is John Kiriakou. And he says,
John, if the Iraqis were going to kill the president, who would actually be in charge of that operation?
And I said, well, if you're talking about the attempt to kill President Bush, George H.W. Bush, he had been visiting Kuwait. I said, Kuwait operations are run from the Iraqi intelligence service's Basra station. But Basra station is headed by Sabr Abdulaziz Adori, the director of the Iraqi intelligence service.
He says, where does he sit?
I said, Baghdad.
Where exactly in Baghdad?
I said, if you hold on a second, I'll look up the address. So I looked it up. I gave him the address. He says,
thank you. And he hangs up the phone.
I go back in the meeting. They were like, what do you want? I said, he wanted to know about Sabr Adori and the attempt to kill President Bush. I'm like, okay.
8 hours later, we fired 47 cruise missiles into Iraqi intelligence service headquarters.
But by then it was the middle of the night in Baghdad.
And we killed the janitor.
The CIA listened through our phones and laptop cameras.
Yes.
I hate to say it. They can take over your smart television and turn the speaker
into a microphone
so that they can listen to what's being said in the room, even when the TV is turned off. Got into an argument, and I called him a racist.
Which he was.
He was so angry. His face got all red, he clenches his teeth, and he balls up his fists, right? And I thought to myself, I went too far. And I put up my hands to protect myself, because I thought, here it comes. And he's gonna knock me out. This is how strong and tough he was. I put up my hands, and he goes,
my penis is bigger than yours.
And I said, what?
And he goes, my penis is
bigger than yours.
And I said, you know what?
You're nuts, and I quit. And I walked out, and I quit. There was a woman in this foreign intelligence service who was
the ugliest woman I've ever seen in my life.
Like you want to avert your eyes.
Like she came off the side of Notre Dame.
She was a stone gargoyle with a giant mole right here with a giant hair coming out of it. That kind of ugly. So I asked her just to meet me privately for lunch on Saturday. Don't tell anybody.
So she was someone from the Middle East?
Yes. And she agreed. And I was like, oh my God. She said yes. And I ran back to the office. I was like, she said yes to a lunch on Saturday alone. And my boss says, okay.
Here's what I want you to do. I want you to fuck her.
And I said, what? I said, have you ever seen her? And he said, I know, but we're the good guys.
And you're gonna have to take one for the team.
And I go, oh my God, I go,
okay, I'll do it.
And he says, no, you're not gonna fuck her. We don't do that. I said, well, I don't know. I just started this. I've never been on an operations guy before. How am I supposed to know? He said, come on. He said, just develop her like a normal person.
You don't have to fuck her. I said, oh my God, you almost gave me a heart attack.
And I was in the cafeteria one day, and a senior officer walked up to me and said, hey, I'm so glad I ran into you.
Do you want to be certified in the use of enhanced interrogation techniques?
I said, what's that mean?
And he says, we're going to start getting rough with these guys.
I said, that sounds like a torture program.
And he said, it's not torture.
The Justice Department approved it, and the president signed it. And I said, let me think about it. They started with the worst technique.
Waterboarding. They did this 87 times. He actually drowned at one point. His heart stopped. And then they revived him just so that they could torture him.
I said that I believed Epstein was an Israeli spy. And Dershowitz interrupts me, like attorneys do. And he says, that is outrageous! outrageous. If he had been a spy, he would have told me, because I was his attorney, and I could have gone to the White House, and I could have gotten him a better sentence. And I said, wait a minute. You could have gone to the White House to say,
go easy on Jeffrey Epstein.
because he's an Israeli spy collecting information from American politicians? If I were the president, I would
Could have hung him from a tree.
And then Piers Morgan said, General Allen, was he a spy? And he goes,
Who knows?
You know, you can't force hummus,
Up someone's rectum.
for example, right? You can't
Play Russian roulette.
with them. You can't, you know, they learned Abu Zubaydah had an irrational fear of insects. And so they put him in a coffin
And they dumped a box of cockroaches in there with him.
and then closed the coffin. And they left him in there for 10 days just with a diaper. Sleep deprivation, right? We know from the American Psychological Association, which has done studies on this kind of thing, that people begin to go insane at 7 days with no sleep. They begin to
Die.
of organ failure with 9 days without sleep. The CIA was authorized to keep prisoners awake for
12 days.
at the end of the conversation, I go back to the embassy, and I read a cable, and I said, he's gay. I'm 100% sure he's gay.
How did you know he was gay?
Oh, it was a vibe. Headquarters says, we want you to pretend that you're gay. I said, okay, I'll do it. I'll do it for Uncle Sam. There was a woman in this foreign intelligence service who was the ugliest woman I've ever seen in my life. Like, you want to avert your eyes. Like, she came off the side of Notre Dame. She was like, a stone gargoyle with a giant mole right here with a giant hair coming out of it. That kind of ugly. And my boss says, okay, here's what I want you to do. I want you to fuck her.
Oh, hell
I
no.
go, oh my God, I go, okay, I'll do it. It's not just, NSA, CIA, FBI you have to worry about. It's the British, the French, the Germans, the Canadians, the Australians, New Zealanders, the Russians, the Chinese, the Israelis, the Iranians. I mean, everybody has these capabilities. Everybody.
If you're in the hotel doing a meeting, and most of the meetings are going to be either in a hotel or in a car, right? The more sensitive sources you're going to meet in the car and then just keep driving around. But in a hotel, if they start banging on your door, rip off your clothes and jump into bed, both of you, because you're going to be gay for a minute. So when they finally break down the door, they're like, oh shit, we thought you were meeting because we thought you were CIA, and you're, oh my God, no, you're just gay. And then everybody's okay.
What's the coolest piece of spy tech you ever got to use? You know, there's kind of a dirty little secret about spy tech, and it is that 95% of it,
Is purchased from Amazon.com.
seriously, because it is cheaper and it is quicker just to go online and buy it and then use it operationally than it is to invent it from scratch.
20 minutes after the cop warned me about people coming into my room unannounced. These two guys just walk in, boldly just walk in. I jump up, I put my fist up, I go, what do you want?
One of them has a swastika.
On his neck, it took up his entire neck, it came up onto his face,
The other one had, fuck you.
tattooed on his eyelids. So I go, what do you want? And the swastika guy says, you the new guy? I said, yeah, so?
And he says, you a fag?
I said, no, I'm not a fag. He said, you a rat? I said, no, I didn't have anybody else in my case, I'm not a rat. And he says, you a chomo? I go, I don't know what that word means.
He goes, chomo, child molester.
I said, no, I'm not a child molester. And he goes, okay, you could sit with the Aryans in the cafeteria. And I was like, I guess I'm with the Aryans now. Oh, grand. So he calls me. He said, I'm here. I said, come up to the 8th floor. It was the top floor. Come up to the 8th floor. And he goes, okay. So he comes up to the 8th floor. And we go into the stairwell. And I said, let's go up to the roof. He's like, what? I said, let's go up to the roof. He goes, I don't think I want to go up to the roof. I said, yeah, come on, let's go. He said, I'm uncomfortable going up to the roof. And I said, why?
You think I'm gonna throw you off the roof?
Come on, let's go. We'll talk up there.
It's a nice day.
He goes, I don't want to go to the roof. I said,
Get up on the fucking roof.
he said, you're scaring me.
I said, and you're pissing me off.
Get up on the roof. I don't think I like this. I don't like it. I don't like it. I go, what's your problem?
I thought we're friends.
You told me last time you were my brother.
What do you think I'm gonna do to you up there?
I don't want to go up there. I go, get up on the roof. So one step at a time, he gets up to the roof. I said, now stay here for 5 minutes and meet me in room 515. 5 minutes later, he knocks on 515. I said, come in. He comes in. I come out of the bathroom. I
Tackle him?
Our liaison partners and our security guys bust in from the side room. I have him pinned down. And he's like, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
And he says, I'll fucking kill you.
Yeah, doctors. There was a doctor who revived Abu Zubaydah when his heart stopped during waterboarding. Revived him.
So he could be tortured more.
And you know that Al Qaeda's planning something big. Because Osama bin Laden said he was planning something that would dwarf 9/11, right? And you've got to get the information before the bomb goes off. So you say, hey, Abu Zubaydah, give me the information. He's like,
Fuck you.
I'm not going to give you the information. So what do?
Do you waterboard him?
Do you sleep deprive him? Do you put him in a cold cell? Do you beat him? Do you put cockroaches on him? Do you
Put hummus up his ass?
What do? Now, the problems with that are severalfold. First of all
of it's illegal.
I'd get home from a day where, I broke into some guy's house and planted a camera on a bug, and I'd get home and she'd say, how's your day? I'd say, great. What'd you do? Not a darn thing. And then my phone would ring at, midnight, and a guy would say,
The rain in Spain falls mainly in the plain.
and I'd say, mares eat oats and does eat oats and little lambs eat ivy. And that means, meet me at the yacht club parking lot in 3 hours. And then I'd leave. She would say, where are you going? It's midnight.
I gotta work.
So I'd leave, I'd do my meeting, I'd come home, 6 o'clock in the morning, just in time to shower and shave and get dressed to go to work. And she would say,
What was her name?
and I remember this one terrible time. That's what she said to me. What was her name? The truth is,
I had been sitting in a garbage dumpster, waiting for a guy to drive by down the alley and throw a bag of documents in. And I stunk.
of garbage. And I said to her,
Do I seriously smell to you like I've been with a woman? Seriously.
so we ended up getting a divorce.
So my boss calls me, and he says, have you seen the news? I said, no, I'm in the car. What news? And he says,
They were gonna hit you the day that they hit Saunders.
I said, no, I'm so careful about my personal security. He said, no, they refer to you in the manifesto.
I said, what manifesto?
He said they just sent it to Gatimerini. No, it wasn't Gatimerini. Eleftherodipia, the leftist paper. So I get in, and I'm reading it. Everybody's like gathered around me. And my boss says,
You gotta go.
like right now. So he pulls out the Polaroids.
And again, these are like hardcore, gay, anal.
And he lays them out. And he says, is this torture? These men, they're torturing each other. Should they be sent to Guantanamo? And these guys are old. So they're like, they have their trifocals on, and they're like, one of them picks it up and he goes, like this. He goes,
Oh, not good. This haram, not good.
and the other one, he hands it to the other one.
Oh, no. This not good.
And they just set it down. And they just look at him. Like, damn it.
Nothing's happening.
I hope I'm not speaking out of school, but Kofar loved the Pakistani accent.
So he would talk like this all the time, sir. I am loving you too much, Mr. Kofar. You're a good man, sir. They would say, there was a great hue and cry.
And Kofar's like, wait a minute. Are you saying there was a great hue and cry? And they're like, yes, sir. Not just the hue, is what you're saying.
It was the hue and the cry.
And they're looking at each other like, what is he talking about? And he's like, I love doing that to them. I love it. It's so much fun.